All right, mi gente, we are back with another podcast, Teal Grit. This time we have my good friend and familia from 209, DJ Izze. He's one of those guys that created a really huge empire in the party business. So, without further ado, let's talk to my boy Izze. Yo, Izze.
What's going on, family? How you doing?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien.
Oh.
That's the only Spanish I know.
Come on, Izze. So, what's up, man? How you doing? How's life? I know everybody's going through some stuff with this pandemic. How are you handling that?
Man, I think I'm just handling it just like everybody else. I know some people are kind of panicking, but, I'm just staying indoors. I kind of have to. My son has an autoimmune disease, so I kind of have to stay inside and, stay safe and keep him safe, keep the family safe. And other than that, shit. Doing good, though.
Yeah,
How
man.
about you, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. Doing the same. This is probably a reason why I even started this, because I was trying to find a way to still create content, but obviously, not invite anybody over or anything like that. So keep the distancing. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
I was actually going to do the same. I was going to do the same thing. Like I wanted to create like a kind of like the DJ live stuff I've been doing, IG live, and kind of invite like a guest over. But I'm like, that's kind of pushing it. So I kind of just stuck to what I'm doing now.
Well, I don't know how that works with the IG live, but I don't know if there's a way that you could invite other DJs, and how will that work? Is that something that anybody's trying?
Yeah, they haven't, but I noticed the last time I did, or one of the last times I did my live on IG, I invited somebody in. Actually, it was you, one of you guys.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And the audio on my end,
and
everyone else was saying the audio kind of like went out. I don't know what it is, but IG's has been bugging out lately.
Yeah.
At this time, IG should be allowing like any type of copyright. Like they should, waive all copyrights right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's their deal. They should be letting artists perform, like let them be expressive right now, because it's the perfect time to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So just to go back a little bit, I want you to tell the audience how you got into DJing and kind of your story. I want people to know who you are. So if you want to touch on that a bit.
Oh, for sure. I mean, let me see. Originally from San Jose.
Yes, sir.
Came to the Central Valley, at a young age, maybe, 7, 8, around there. And, grew up around music. Always grew up around music, from my mom to stepdad to, the whole family.
Yeah.
And I've always had interest in that, and I always wanted to do something in the music industry. I just didn't know what.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know what I seen something that had to do with turntables, and I just got intrigued with turntables, and I kind of fell for it. And I'm like, damn, this is dope,
Yeah.
So, long story short, I mean, I got into it at a young age, like around, 6th grade, and my family had bought me some turntables, and I didn't have a teacher. I didn't have, we didn't have like YouTube and all that at the time.
Yeah.
So I didn't have no one to teach me. So I kind of just let them sit there, the turntables sit there and, collect dust. I couldn't really be taught on it. So I'm like, shit. So, throughout the years, I would have people kind of teach me here and there. I would see things on TV, and eventually a buddy of mine kind of taught me how to spin, properly. And that's where I took off from there. I was a bedroom DJ for a while.
Who was that
before
buddy?
What was that?
Who was that person, by the way, that taught you?
One of my boys, Andrew.
Okay.
Andrew Perez. Yeah. He was from the same neighborhood that I was from, and we went to high school together. And he taught me a lot. He taught me like the basics, and it was all on vinyl. It wasn't no laptop, nothing. It was strictly vinyl, all by ear,
Yeah.
and that's the way every DJ should be taught.
Yeah. I tell that to everybody. You gotta mix with your ears before you could start looking at screens and stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. So I'm thankful I got taught that way, and I'm not bagging any other way. It's just I'm just glad I got taught by ear, not by eyes.
Yeah.
And I just took off from there, and just that's all I thought about. I ate, slept, and thought about DJing. That's all I thought about. I did school.
Yeah.
To come home and do these like 8-hour sessions, and it's just crazy, man. It like took over my life in a good way.
What was do you recall what was the first piece of equipment you had, like as far as turntables?
So my first turntables that my family had bought, I don't know if you remember, it was called like DJ in a Box.
Was that from Newmark?
Yeah, the Newmark. There were those purple ones. I actually still have the mixer.
Wow, that's a 2-channel mixer, right?
Yeah, a little 2-channel. It doesn't even have like the high, mid, or lows. It just has volume, 2 channels. And it's super basic.
And also the faders on the levels, they're not like they like fade like progressively, right? Like
yeah.
I mean gradually. It's not like a cut per se.
Yeah.
Something exactly. Like that. I think it's not like the fading curve is not a sharp curve.
They're like a belt driven too.
Yeah.
So they had that belt drive hella slow.
Damn. It's funny.
I had those.
So you started with those, huh?
Yeah, I had those for a while, and those are the ones that I somewhat got taught on. I would just get records from like my uncles and aunts that they had like passed down to me, and I just kind of scratch, thinking I knew what to do, but I didn't. And then I ended up keeping the mixer. I sold my turntables, and my buddy, the one that taught me how to spin, he was so kind to let me use his setup at my house.
Yeah.
So I learned off of that, and it was I think he had like some Geminis or something.
Oh yeah, Gemini was popping for a minute.
Yeah, that was like the step up. They're actually belt driven. They look like Techniques too, so they're pretty dope.
Yeah, it's crazy how many more models, right, of different turntables have come out, from different manufacturers and just people that are trying to make the turntable. Like, I don't think that's the Techniques are always. I feel like they're always going to be like the foundation, like the go to if you really want to take it serious. Like, you need to own a pair of freaking Techniques.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
I think that's every DJ or every kid as a DJ, that's their dream, is to have a Technique. Because I just wanted one. I didn't give a shit. I just wanted a Technique so bad, and so I had to compromise and get what I can afford. And the first setup that I actually bought were the Vestex, the PDX 2000. Remember those scratch ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first set of tables.
Wow. How were those?
Those were dope, dude. I loved them. I mean, I've done so many gigs with those, and
yeah,
man, good time with those. I had those for a while, like at least 4 or 5 years.
Damn, that's pretty good. Good amount of time.
Yeah, upgraded. But yeah, it was good times with those tables, man.
That's clean. So another thing that I wanted to talk about is, I know you're known for doing all these huge events, and obviously I wanted people to know who founded this, like who's the person that started this. And obviously I have you here on the line, and I want you to kind of tell your story on that part too. I'm really interested to know that, just a little more backstory on how the A-Team came about.
Yeah, for sure. And this will be the actual exclusive. I've never really talked about this.
That's good.
Like actual, like recorded or like on any type of podcast, anything. So this is probably going to be the first time.
First time on Teal Grit.
Yes, sir. So yeah, I mean, it dates back to, just me growing up first, around like my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I always seen how successful he was, and, I was always intrigued and inspired by him. And I just never knew what he did, though. That's the thing. It's just like he was always well dressed, and I'm like, man, I want to know what he does. And it wasn't until later on in life I found out that he was a self-made man. You know, he was an entrepreneur. He worked for himself, and he used to tell me as a kid, like, don't work for nobody, work for yourself.
Yes.
Make your own money. And then I was so young, I didn't really know until you grow up.
Yeah.
And so then I found out, he was in the music industry, and he actually founded, Spanish mega group, Los Tigres del Norte.
Yeah.
And that just instantly sparked an interest for me. I'm like, fuck, this is major.
Yeah.
And, and that's what kind of got me into DJing in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I come from a musical background, and I'm like, shit, that's how I started DJing.
Yeah.
So fast forward, 8-9 years of me DJing and just me rocking parties and doing all that. I've always wanted. I look back and I see Modesto and I see the Central Valley always being overlooked.
Yeah.
Always, it's quote unquote the Central Valley. There's no culture. There's no nothing here.
Yeah.
If you're not from the Bay Area, you're not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Which is kind of shitty, but I get it. We're not high populated areas, which is fine. And so I wanted to change that. I wanted to change that look. I wanted to change people's mind, and I wanted them to see the Central Valley in a different way, because there is a shit ton of creative people out here, and I'm one of them.
Yeah.
So basically, I started DJing at some club on a Wednesday night, and it was called Social Wednesdays.
Mm.
So I started there, and it was just me by myself. Started there on Wednesday nights, and I loved it because I had full creative control over the music.
Yeah.
I got to play whatever I wanted to play, not like I wasn't playing at any other club and being told what to play and all that bullshit.
That's basically a DJ's dream right there.
Yeah, man. And I was just like, man, there's so many other people like me that are my friends and people that I know of that I would love to put on to these parties, because we could just play a variety of like dope ass music.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to all the homies, some part of A-Team, some not part of A-Team, hit them all up like, hey, you want to actually play what you want to play? Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, play, like, you have control of whatever you want to play. He's like, oh shit, okay. So, I'd have like a rotation of DJs like every Wednesday, and man, we'd just go off and just play the most randomest shit.
That's dope.
And it felt so fucking good. And like, man, there's something here.
Yeah.
There's something definitely here. I just didn't know what yet. So, I rocked with that for a while, and kind of grew out of that. The Wednesday nights was kind of tough. It was Wednesday nights anywhere is kind of tough,
Yeah.
And so I said, you know what, let's try somewhere else, So me and the homie A-Chal, we relocated to another spot, actually on a Thursday this time, another little small bar. Tried that out. It was a little better.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing like theme parties and just, it was a smaller scale. It was dope. It was cool vibes. We got to play what we wanted to play, so that was a good part. And we stuck there for a while. And while I was DJing there, me and A-Chal, we'd kind of rotate. Like, I would do some days solo, he would do some days solo, but we just had the spot. And at that time, I was still DJing at one of like the premier clubs, one of like the bigger clubs here in Modesto. And I happened to be DJing there every second Saturday of the month. So, not knowing, I was just DJing. I was just on their schedule every second Saturday. So I'm like, cool, whatever. I was doing that. And I'm like, man, I want to up myself. One, I already did Social Wednesdays, already did this next spot. Like, I want to go bigger.
Hit the next level.
Yeah, next level. I'm on level 1 right now, so I'm going to go level 2. And I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna see if the owners or whoever's in charge will let me allow me to do something different versus just a regular club night. Like I would bring in like an MC, I'd bring in another DJ, just switch some things up,
Yeah.
just not your normal regular club. And they allowed it. I'm like, oh shit, dope. I was like, okay, so we're gonna be playing some different music. It's only gonna be on my night, and that's it. They allowed it. Cool. We rocked it. Shit was cracking. It was crazy. We did like 3 parties there, and it still wasn't 18 yet. It was just second Saturdays. It wasn't 18 yet, so it was second Saturdays.
Yeah, I remember second Saturdays.
And you were actually there.
Yeah.
Remember one of the first ones we did upstairs?
Yeah, upstairs. Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah, so we did that for a while, and that was just kind of come in, set up your tables, spin, leave. It wasn't a real like event production party yet.
Yeah.
So, we did our thing there 2 or 3 times, whatever. It was cool, but I just kind of want to relocate. I want to do something bigger. I wanted to do something with my liking, I want to create the atmosphere versus just come in and there's already a crowd. Yeah. I wanted to test the brand at such an early stage. I wanted to test it and see if we have a following yet.
Yeah.
And so I think it was March of 2016. The top of March, the beginning of March, I started to scout for new venues.
Mm-hmm.
And looking for venues, hell, people turning me down. I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to give up. So one thing about me is I will not give up. Once I'm dedicated to something, I am not going to give up.
Yeah.
I don't care how many people tell me no, I'm not going to give up. So I was looking. I finally found a spot. Perfect venue. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. We locked it in. Like, cool. So next step, we need a name. It can't be Second Saturdays present Second Saturdays.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and we had the team, we had the photographer, we had all the DJs, we had everybody on the team. So I'm like, we need something. Because we are a team. We are a team. So I'm like, fuck, a team. What should we say? What should we call it? And we were just brainstorming, all of us in the team were just brainstorming. And at the time, it was Travis Scott, 18. That track was popping at the time. And we kind of just threw it out there. I'm like, oh, what about 18? Oh, I'm like, dude, that's fucking perfect. 18. We're a team, So I'm like, dude, let's ride with that. Let's see how it goes. And I created the logo in my living room. Fucking rock with that. And we started our first event, Second Saturdays. Our anniversary was actually yesterday, which is April 9th.
Damn.
And 2016. And yeah, we threw the first party, not knowing, I didn't know what to do. It was my first attempt at throwing a real event production party.
Yeah.
From visuals to banners to DJ setup to lineup to everything. And we pulled about 300 plus people.
Damn.
And man, that shit just took off from there. I'm like, fuck, man, I want more of this. I want more. I'm so happy. I love this. I have the team. Because it wasn't just me. It was, the team behind me. So I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
This is just so dope. I want more of this. So, right the next day, Sunday, I was already fucking on the next flyer, designing the next flyer and getting the next lineup up and just, not stopping.
Man, that's so dope.
That's pretty much where it started. That's the start of it. And,
I have so many questions about that, bro. It's crazy. While you're talking, I was thinking about all the things that you went through. When you mentioned that a lot of the guy that you landed with was giving you a chance to do what you wanted to do. I wonder what was going through his head. He's probably thinking, I could see that this guy has potential to do something big. I'm going to let him do it. Not everybody's going to let you do that.
Yeah, no, for sure. and I'm like grateful because I've came across, you know, club owners and people that gave me a chance, and that's pretty rare in this industry. Is like for people to give you a chance
Yeah.
to do what you want to do, and I'm like, fuck, this is just so dope. So that just made me even, you know, even want it more because I get to do what I want, and
Yeah.
now I got a taste of it. I got a taste of the blood, and I want more.
It's never gonna. It's never gonna stop.
Yeah, no, man.
Hey, I want you to tell the people too that, because I do know that you started, or I think we even did some collab work, right? Like for the design stuff and like that, some of that stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but I want people to know that, because I've studied branding and all that, and I always admire it when you put out flyers and stuff, because I notice what you're doing. Like you're catering to a specific group of people, and that to me speaks a lot, because you know what you're doing. Like every time you're putting out flyers and videos, you're always putting, you know, that hint of like 90s or the type of era that people could relate to. So
Yeah.
every time I see that, I'm like, bro, this is genius. Like tell people, like tell us a little more like how you do your marketing, because I think that's a really interesting point of view for people to listen to, you know?
Yeah. I mean, for the people that do know me, I mean, you've been in the family for a while, and you know I'm a very humorous person. So
Definitely.
I just want to make people laugh and have fun. I hate being fucking serious.
Yeah.
I'll never grow up. I'll be a Toys R Us kid forever, man. Like,
that's dope.
it's just I want to be like that. And so I feel like my designs and everything I do is just very colorful and loud and happy and like fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a good vibe. You know, you see like a colorful, cool flyer versus like this dark, you know, looking flyer with just like regular font and nothing crazy, nothing pops out at you. You know, you're gonna be more interested in a colorful flyer. You know, something that has some, you know, some character to it.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of just went off from. You know, I rolled off from there, and just the funny videos and.
Yeah, well, let's touch up on those videos, because one thing I noticed too is that when you do your videos, I could see that you use like mostly I see old videos, but then you add in the new music, and it's so funny because it goes really well with how they're dancing, and I'm just like cracking up over here watching these videos, like what the fuck? This is hella genius.
So yeah, I just came up with that. I don't know. I didn't actually even see it anywhere. Like half of the stuff I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people get inspired by other things, and like I'll see, you know, a certain something, and I'll put my twist on it, and that goes for everything, you know, in the design world and any world.
Mm-hmm.
And I just seen these videos. I seen a video, one of the first ones I did, the Adam Sandler when he was dancing, like coming down the stairs.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And I'm like, dude, I'd be sick if I could just mute the you know, the original sound of the original music and just add like a crazy ass song, like a current song.
Yeah.
So people can relate to it. And I'm like, oh, that'd be dope, you know?
Yeah.
Like I did the first one, I kind of just ran with it. I'm like, oh, this is fucking fire. Like, I hell like this.
Yeah.
It's hella funny to watch, you know?
Yeah, no, that was hilarious. Like, would you say that you get a lot of good feedback when you put those kind of videos out?
Yeah, and that was like the start of A-Team and all that. So that helped out a lot because, I mean, personally, like looking from the outside in, I would love, you know, I get entertained by seeing shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not your everyday, like, put out a flyer, blast a flyer, and that's it.
Yeah.
I wanted more from the marketing end. I wanted more from just a flyer. You know, I wanted flyers. I wanted video. I post like a ton of content of, you know, just celebrities and things people could relate to, and just speak to them, to the people through like promotion and marketing pretty much.
Yeah. It's
not just a boring flyer. I hate, man. One thing with me is I hate seeing a flyer like being blasted like so much.
Yeah.
You know, I want to just switch it up, you know?
Well, I think it's genius in a lot of ways how you've marketed, because what I've noticed that you try to use every medium to the full potential. Like you're using the audio in its most creative ways, and video in the most creative way, and then the graphics in the most creative way. And I've seen that you introduced a lot of motion graphics now, so I think it's
no, for
fucking
sure.
it's fucking dope. And I'm always just like amazed, like, man, this guy's genius with what he's doing. It's so dope. Like, you're one of the
Appreciate
only brands that I respect to the top, because you know what you're doing. So I applaud you for that.
it. Appreciate that.
There's another thing I wanted to talk about. What was that? Oh yeah, so I wanted to talk about, obviously this whole pandemic is messing everybody's money, but how are you making that? Because I know it's probably affecting your business, right? No more parties and all that. How do you feel about that, and or how are you working around it? How are you making it happen?
Yeah, I mean, financially, I don't think anybody's making it happen, especially with small businesses, even large businesses. I mean, I have, friends that own clubs and restaurants and a ton of shit, and man, they're hurting.
Yeah,
So, I mean, if they're hurting, I think everybody at this point is hurting. So,
definitely.
I mean, there's not much you could really do at this point, as far as like finances. You just got to kind of budget and hold on to what you got.
Yeah.
And it's like super unfortunate for people that, that were living off of like DJing or, small things like that. And it kind of just got cut off out of nowhere, So
Yeah.
I'm thankful that, I had some money put away, and I'm like able to live off that for a while. So
Yeah.
if this goes on any longer, I might be fucked, but I have high hopes. And
No, I'm pretty sure
we will get there.
I'm pretty sure there's always ways to find something, even if it's not what we're used to. I mean, there's got to be
Oh yeah,
ways
for
to make
sure.
it happen regardless. But yeah, I mean, it's scary though. It's definitely really scary that it could go longer than we expect.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, we're creative people, you and I both, and
Yeah.
along with thousands of others. And I'm sure if this does stay like this for a while, we will figure out a way.
Like
to make money.
honestly, I could even see for you, I could see you doing like educational like videos on how to market yourself as a promotional team or something of that sort. I could definitely see you doing a lot of stuff that you could resell.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure people around the world would be interested, even if it's not for a ton of money. But if you sell a lot of it, I think that'll be another cool idea.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's definitely ways. There's means to make money for sure. But I think we just got to hang on. And I mean, this gives me time to plan and prep, and
yeah,
once this is over, execute.
But also,
and I'm sure you're doing the same.
So. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this is why we're on the podcast.
yeah, no, for sure.
We're trying to create. But
man.
Also, what's amazing too is that everything has came to using the live stream platform even more. It's like this has been around for a while, but it's now a lot more used now, right? Everybody's doing the live sets and whatever. Anything has to do with live. I mean, it's kind of dope. I guess it's just in a way making sure people are included in what's going on. And I don't know, it's just funny too to see it, right? Like everybody tunes in for a podcast, like tunes in for your podcast, and then everybody's such in a good mood that they miss that, that interaction.
Yeah, it honestly like uplifts people, man, because I get excited when I see lives and stuff, and I see your videos, and it's entertaining. It keeps you like, keeps your mind off of things, like off the the bad things that are going on right now.
Keeps you sane.
So yeah, exactly. So that's why I kind of do it. I just, whoever wants to join in, and so far I've had like good feedback, and it's like a damn party. I can only imagine like if I had all those people in front of me.
Oh man,
it'd be a wild ass party. You already know how that goes.
Oh, that's crazy. For any of you that haven't tuned in, man, where can they find your live streams? Tell the people, because they need to tune in. This is so dope.
Yes, I do it every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 8 p.m. on my Instagram Live at DJ Izze, and it's DeeJayIzze. And yeah, what I do, I just kind of switched it up, use my creative mind, and I have a ton of like followers and my friends and that are close to me. So what I did is I chose them. I chose a certain person or a family to curate a list, like a playlist of like 20 songs of their liking. Like I don't even touch the music; they just send it to me. I put it together and then I mix it live.
That's dope.
So that's like my creative thing. So it keeps people in tune, you know. So
Yeah.
they'll promote it as well. You know, I'm not the only one. So they're excited just as much as I am because like fuck, my playlist is gonna be played. Like, oh, I picked that song up. It's
Well,
just,
yeah,
you know.
you're keeping people engaged, you know. That's what people
Yeah.
want, or that's what everybody misses, you know, being in the conversation or talking to somebody. So, yeah, that's pretty dope. I also wanted to see if you had any cool, memorable stories, as far as like the A team, any events that you did, something that happened. There's got to be something in there that you could tell
Oh
us.
shit. Man. Yeah, there's a shit ton of stories, endless stories. But
Anything you're comfortable with sharing.
yeah, yeah. Keep it PG 13.
That's up to you. Keep it A team.
Yeah, keep it 18 or PG. Yeah, I mean, I would say every event there's like a memorable moment for sure.
There's gotta be one that's like, man, I can't believe this happened.
Man, one doesn't like stick out like that. uh, just a ton of shit.
How
I mean,
about
there's good and
go ahead.
no, I said there's good and bad
Yeah.
memories. But what were you gonna say?
How about because I do know that you've had a lot of dope ass artists perform. How about what are some artists that you're aiming to work with in the future? I know that every time you always step it up to like, you know, artists that are bigger and bigger limelights. Like what are some of your goals as far as like working with artists? Like what are you doing with that?
Yes, I mean, I'll I'll dip into that little story, and I'll kind of give you a start where that started, the actual concert,
Yeah.
more of like the bigger production parties. So I don't know if I told you, but back when I was doing Social Wednesdays and all that, I was always intrigued by like day parties, like the do-over parties and
Yeah.
those type of good vibe parties. And you know, I wanted to bring that to the Valley as well. So we did a party called a Someday Party. It was on a Sunday, and we called it a Someday.
Yeah.
So we ran with that. Just so you know, just little day parties. It's very very similar to our club events, but just during the day,
Yeah.
day vibes. And we started with that. And my main focus was second Saturdays to build that. And so I kind of shied away from Someday Party for a little while, kind of put that on hold. And I brought it back. Maybe in 2017, I brought it back. And it was just day parties, cool little vibes, you know. And summer 2018, I partnered up and collaborated with K1 Radio. It's one of like the bigger radio stations out here in the Valley.
Okay.
My boy, Jiggy, he's a program director. And, you know, I've known him prior to this, and we kind of had the same mindset. You know, he flipped when he became program director of K1 Radio. He like flipped it. He put it on the map, and he did a lot of good things for the Valley, a lot of fun things too. So it was a no brainer. We're like, fuck, you know, we got to throw an event.
Yeah.
It's just we're so like minded. We got to throw an event, and our first event was summer of 2018, like I said, and we brought out A-Chal, and man, it was a hit. It was dope, and that was just planned within weeks. We kind of just put it together and see how it would go, and man, it went so well. And from there, we just went on and on and on, and just got bigger artists. We got Shoreline Mafia, we got shit Kamaya. We even brought out Keep the Sneak. We
Damn.
brought out Showbanga, Hilo, Young Pinch. Man, we brought out a shit ton of names.
Didn't you guys have
And
Maximilian too?
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually brought him to Second Saturdays for our high school party.
Yeah, that was dope.
I brought him up. That was dope. And yeah, a lot of things have changed from like 2018 and on till now. Like a lot of things have changed, and I mean for the better, for the good. And yeah, there's those day parties. The Sunday parties were just a big hit. We're doing about 1 to 2 a month. We're trying to, and shit, we even brought out Little John, Mozzie, like just
That's
a ton
dope.
of names. It was just fun,
That's dope.
and yeah, we just grew from there. And we had, I mean, Kaylin and us, we had such a good relationship, and it was just fun vibes, man.
So what are you doing? Are you just contacting these artist managers, or how you just like kind of?
Yeah, I mean, for as far as that, I mean, so me and Jiggy, we have a cool thing going on. Like he handles all the logistics of like artists, and on that end,
Yeah.
I'll handle more of the production.
Yeah.
And we come together and just do a dope ass show. So he keeps me in the loop. We keep each other in the loop, and we kind of just work together and make this shit happen.
That's dope.
But yeah, no, it's just dope. I'm happy.
That's sick. What would you say was the biggest party you guys had that you're like, man, I can't believe we capped out? Like the amount of people
I would
that fit in this
say,
place.
yeah, I would say as far as day parties, for the Sunday parties, I would say Shoreline Mafia. That was a big one. We brought out a Hustler for that one.
Oh, dope.
Crazy ass Hustler, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
That's what.
the venue was like it's like an old mansion, and they turned it into like a venue. So they have like a back patio, huge patio. So
Yeah.
that's where we threw the party. So there's still like the structure of the house and stuff, which there's venues inside. And this is actually going back to like a crazy story that he had mentioned, and it just kind of popped in my head. But Hustler, he's a dope ass performer and shit. He just goes crazy. He goes off, and I always remind him about this. And he went up to the stairs, and he got on the roof. He had the wireless mic, and he got on the roof, and he
Yeah.
was straight performing on the roof. His whole performance, and that shit was just like hella rock star. It was dope.
That's dope. You got footage of that, right?
Yeah, we got footage and we got photos of that. You can find it on the 18 page or our Facebook.
I think I might have seen that. I don't because you have so much content. I need to go back and check that out.
Yeah. I want to actually put together like a recap of like everything,
Yeah, that'd be
like
dope.
all the major parties, and I thought that'd be kind of cool.
That's dope, man. What about? I want to talk about a little bit about the use of technology moving forward. Like how are you using technology to kind of drive your brand forward? You have anything that kind of, I don't know, that's something that pops in your head that we're using Instagram solely to market or whatnot. Is there anything that kind of they could talk about as far as that?
Yeah, I mean our main platform is Instagram. That's like our main thing. When we first started this thing, me and my brother Fabian, he does all the photos and he handled a lot of the social media stuff. We took it back old school. We were printing out flyers, handing out flyers, meeting people. So we took it back to like the old school days,
Yeah.
which felt good because we engaged with people, like on a one-to-one type of deal
Yeah.
versus like DMing them.
Yeah.
So that's how we started that, and then we got into social media heavy, and man, social media is just like everything, man, and it's a free. And I remember you telling me this a long time ago. You're like, dude, social media is free.
Yeah.
Fucking use that shit.
Yeah.
Use that. And I'm like, that always stuck in my head. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. So I kind of just went off of that, and man, social media is everything. And I mean, without it, man, I don't think there would be there wouldn't be a lot of millionaires. I'm not saying I'm a millionaire, but there wouldn't be a lot of influencers and
Yeah.
all these crazy ass things going on. But
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah, it's
technology plays a
it,
huge part.
I heard this somewhere in a different podcast or something, but I think someone was saying that basically the technology is like having someone's cell phone like at hand, you know, because you're reaching them in their pockets. Kind of, that's the kind of the analogy, right? That
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have their cell phone number, therefore you could market straight to them because they have their phones on their pockets and they're always with them. So it's like that's a pretty cool way of saying it, I guess.
yeah, yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's a good way.
That's dope,
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
What are some goals that you want for A Team or for yourself, and hopefully when all this is over?
Yeah, I mean, I had big plans coming up too. I had like I said, 4-year anniversary,
Damn.
and that was actually going to be this weekend, second Saturday. We were going to bring out an artist and do it big like we always do, and until this thing kind of happened, we got to
Yeah.
kind of put that on hold. And then I had some big plans for the summer too. All the dates got canceled on that, and we had to cancel on artists. And I mean, it's for the better.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But
Weren't you guys doing some kind of Latin infusion or kind of bringing a different kind of vibe? I think I saw that you guys were doing like reggaeton, right, or something like that.
yeah, yeah. So
Reggaeton
like in these
parties.
last couple of years, or last year, I would say, the team, like a lot of the team members, they kind of came up with ideas of like, let's do a ladies link up, which is
That one's dope.
a,
Yeah.
a female focused party, which is pretty much no men are allowed, not at the party, but actually as far as like DJing,
Yeah.
MC, host, all that.
That's dope.
So it's all female focused. So we get DJs from like all over. We hand select them. We have one of our DJs is a female. Her name's Kilo.
Yeah.
She's my little protege. Yeah, so she's always on that, and
That's
then we
sick.
just get a ton of like homies, and that's a dope little vibe. And then we've been doing just like these theme parties and like keeping it fresh and new and exciting. You know, like these. We did that reggaeton party, like you said,
Yeah.
the high tea party. Yeah, just a bunch of like theme parties.
So I have a
Keep it
question.
exciting, man.
So I have a question on that regard. So when you're doing these type of different parties, like you said, the ladies link up and like the reggaeton, do you see like a different crowd, like kind of fuse into the other events you're doing, or how do you see the reaction of people coming in? Like, do you always see the same specific people for that specific event, or does it all kind of melt into one pot? Like once you start introducing them to these events.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a good question because we've noticed a lot of us have noticed, especially my sister, Beezy.
Mm-hmm.
She sees it all because she works the door and all that.
Oh, that's right.
So she sees all these new faces. So like the lovely part about A-Team events is we cater to everybody, cultural.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like different races and nationalities and stuff. And so, you know, when we throw like a reggaeton party, obviously, you know, it's going to be more of like the Latin crowd.
Yeah.
And once they come, they've never been. They get a little taste, and they like the vibe. Like, oh shit,
Yeah.
second Saturdays, 18. This is dope little vibes, you know.
Yeah.
And there'll be like a reoccurring, people that came to that event that would come to another event, and it kind of varies. You know, people come and go. Like we'd see like a group of new people. Like where the hell are these people coming from? Like
Yeah.
in a good way. It's like who are these people? And it's just me and my brother Sal. He takes the photos. You know, he does a lot of the photography along with Brandon.
Yeah.
Does the photos, and you know we'll look through the photos and like, who are these people? Like never seen them at any event, like ever.
Damn.
But it's like this is just dope that we're reaching out like to people we don't know where they're from or anything. Later on, we'll see like tags like people from like the Bay or Sacramento or just all over. It's just dope to see.
Do you have any?
I think that definitely helps out. Like doing the theme parties,
Yeah.
that does help out because we reach out to a different crowd every time.
Do you ever get like someone that's like, man, we came from all the way from LA to, because Because we heard that these were popping. Yeah, anybody like that?
Yeah, more at the Sunday parties because we'll have the artists,
Oh,
so
okay, yeah,
they reach a little farther.
yeah,
So we've had people from like San Diego, LA.
yeah,
Here and there, we'll have people from LA and stuff. Like, especially a lot of people come from the Valley and they end up moving to like either the Bay or LA.
yeah,
So a lot of times they'll see like, oh shit, my hometown, my home city is like doing something. There's like culture out there now, and it's like something going on. So it gives me a reason to go back and visit my family and go to these parties. So I hear that a lot for sure.
yeah.
Like,
Because
damn, that's the
there's not a lot of people doing what you're doing out there, huh? That's really just you, I think. Because I don't hear from
yeah,
anybody
no,
else.
definitely, yeah. There's a lot of dope DJs out here and doing their thing.
Hmm.
A lot of good people out here. But as far as like event production and doing this, no.
Yeah,
I mean, I got my homies from Stack doing their thing, from Frisco, Oakland, LA. But it's like, in a
yeah,
way, I'm putting Modesto like in that same category. So
yeah.
it's
No,
like,
I think you
I'm not doing it.
definitely, yeah, you definitely put Manessa on the map for sure, bro. Like it's, yeah, I definitely don't see this in a lot of places. It's like everything is perfect. Like even at your events, I've seen that you put like a projector and you put the logo on display, and like everything just seems right, like how the way you do it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just very particular when it comes to things like, because I do a lot of like, the production, like I'll set up and, along with some of the homies come out and help me. And I do a lot of like the small detailed things. I'm
Yeah.
just very particular with like things like that, from visuals to setup. And like one thing with me is like DJ setup.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be like super clean, wires tucked. Like it has to look like A1 because one, that DJ setup's going to be in a majority of the photos,
Yeah.
because you want to have a clean setup,
Yeah.
and that's just the way I am. I want it to look very clean and presentable.
Yeah, because I've seen that you've also upgraded the where you have the controller, right? You have like some kind of trussing table now.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do like different things. Like depends who we're bringing out. Like if we're bringing an artist out, I'll bring metal like DJ booth
Yeah.
because I need to condense it. I need a smaller DJ booth, and then I have another DJ booth that we built. It's like I don't know if you've seen that one. It was like in the middle of the dance floor.
What did it look like?
It's just a square, like wood, like a big wooden DJ booth.
I think I might have
I don't
seen
know if you've
it.
seen that one.
Yeah.
I had this vision. I'm like, how dope would that be to have a DJ booth in the middle of the dance floor and
That
people
would
just dancing around it?
that would be dope.
Because everybody knows this. Everybody wants to be by the DJ.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be on stage,
Yeah.
which is fine. But sometimes we can't have you by the stage. We can't
Yeah.
have you in the DJ booth. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna build a DJ booth, something small for like 2 DJs, and
Yeah.
have it right in the middle of the dance floor, so everyone could be all around it. There's no VIP. There's no like
Yeah.
I'm with the DJ. Everyone's
Everybody's with the DJ.
Yeah.
So you did that already?
So yeah, I did that. I'll send you some photos
Oh
and
shit. That's
so you can
dope.
see. Yeah. So I had who was the first one? Oh, Shabazz. I don't know if you know Shabazz from Frisco, the homie.
Yeah, yeah.
He was one of the first guys to spin in there, and he loved it. And the homie Gio from SAC, he spun in there. He loved it. So it's a cool little vibe because I've never personally been inside of a booth in the middle of a dance floor. And it's just cool. So, you can look around and you can look behind you. There's a crowd behind you, crowd side to side, and in the front.
That's
So
dope,
it's just,
man. How was the turnout on that? Like how did the DJs feel and how did the people around the DJ feel? Like do you know anything about
yeah,
that?
people. Yeah, and one thing with me is like I get input. I love constructive criticism. I love people telling me the truth, and I love hearing what I need to fix and that kind of stuff. So I'll reach out to everybody and like, personally, how do you feel about that booth? Like, should we get rid of it or should we keep it? And this was like a hit. Like everybody loved it. It was just dope, and it was just all eyes on the DJ, and which was like the main focus since the beginning. Social Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
My main thing was it's all eyes on the DJ.
That's
It's
dope.
like you're not going to put the DJ off to the side in the corner
Yeah.
where no one can see them.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck if it's an opener, closer, headliner. We're all in the same boat here. Like we all want to get that shine. So that's why I kind of went off of that. And yeah, everybody fucking loved it.
That's actually
At first, people kind of came in and they're like, "What the fuck is this? Like, why is there a booth in the middle? Is that a bar? What the fuck is that?"
No, I
But
think
no, it was good.
I think that's really dope what you just said right now, that you're trying to make sure that everybody gets their shine. Like you really care about everybody's image and everybody having a good time. Like that's, I'm sure you DJ at clubs, and it's funny because they always put us DJs like in the little room or something where you could barely even see us. Like,
Yeah.
that's sometimes what's happening. But yeah, I think that's dope what you're doing there. It's like you're kind of bringing it back, like how hip hop used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
The DJ was the damn center of attention, and obviously sometimes he came with the MC, and it was just like the perfect duo. But it was just like a lot more emphasis on that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I do now. Like I kind of get the things that I've learned throughout my years and seen, and I apply it to my events. Because every event I have to have an MC, which is either my boy Nicky Free,
yeah,
or my boy JoJo. So I'm like, I have to have them on the mic because, just it's presentable. It's just they're like a host in the way. They're talking to people getting bottle service, and they're just talking to people while the DJ's just rocking it.
That's dope.
And some of the DJs will, they'll rock the mic too.
Yeah.
But I just have to have an MC. And what is a DJ without an MC?
That's it.
It dates back to all that.
Oh, so what are other genres that you want to tackle in the future? Because I know you already hit some Latin stuff and some hip hop, some English stuff. Are there any aspirations that you have that you might want to tackle in the future? I
mean, for sure, I want to still do the Latin thing.
Yeah.
But I want to do it on a bigger scale. I want to do more of like more of a concert. I wouldn't mind doing like a Sunday party, more of like a Latin vibe. That would be dope.
Invite Osuna and J Balvin.
Yeah, I'll just text Bad Bunny and tell him to come through.
Yeah, why not?
Just something light,
Yeah, make an appearance.
Yeah. But I would like to do the Latin thing. I guess just whatever kind of. The thing is, to stay relevant, you have to keep up with the times.
Yeah.
If country and house music is popping right now, I'm gonna tell every DJ like that's what we gotta play. But put your twist on it, and that's what the people want to hear.
Yeah.
We gotta make them happy. We're playing for them in a way.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that are spending money. They're the ones that are having a good time.
It's almost
you just gotta kind of keep up with the times.
It's almost like you're DJing for the world. Like you're DJing for whoever comes in. Kind of like you got to know what they like already, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So,
it helps being on social media heavy. Just seeing all these people, what's popping on Twitter, and you just got to keep up with the music. And all the DJs, all the 18 DJs, fucking kill it every time. And it's just there's nothing but like good vibes, and it's fucking dope. I love it.
That's good, man. I think we covered a lot of really cool stuff. If there's anything else you might want to add into it, anything that might have missed out.
I mean, we just have a ton of things coming up, and just keep the anticipation going.
Yeah,
things will get better, and got to keep our hopes up and stay strong, stay safe and clean out there.
Yeah.
Because these Californians don't understand stay home,
Man, we need that martial law in place. So
seriously, bro, we need that. For real, man. But, I mean, we'll eventually get through this and things will get better. Who knows when, but it doesn't matter how long this goes. If this goes on for 2-3 years, 18 will always be there. I don't give a shit. Like 18, I will still be there. I know you'll still be creating shit. Like this COVID ain't gonna stop me.
Hey, it's the same. It's the same thing you said in the beginning that so many people had said no to you, and that's not gonna stop you from doing what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like we'll find a way. Like you said, we'll find a way.
Yeah.
We're creative, and we'll find a way somehow. But
So,
yeah.
you got any plugs? Any things you wanna plug at?
Any plugs? Is it?
Yeah. You got anybody to you got any brands that you want to tell people about? Or, of course, your brand you want to follow A-Team and.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to everyone that has worked with us and that we want to work with. Shout out to DJ Live, man. Most creative motherfucker ever.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I get a lot of shit from you, like growing up, like seeing you and shit from the beginning, seeing you like doing like early creations and stuff and all that graphic early on. That was way before I even did anything. So
yeah,
you taught me a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we did it. We did that dog too in the beginning.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, I mean, good times, but I mean, shout out to each and every one of the A-Team members for putting in their work and doing their damn thing.
Yeah,
we've had like amazing nights, and more to come.
More to come, definitely.
And yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the venues that's ever worked with us, and shout out to K-Win for rocking with us and collaborating with us.
Dope.
And just shout out to each and every one of those people that come into our events and have a good time. At the end of the night, I'm at the door and we're just looking at people leave. Everyone's leaving with like a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Especially the dudes leaving with the girl.
Yeah.
So everyone going home with something.
Going home with something.
For the most part, yeah, it's just rewarding seeing everybody happy and everybody just having a good fucking time.
Yeah.
And it's just a good feeling, man.
That's what we love, man. We love people being happy and enjoying themselves. Is that's exactly our goals, right? As DJs.
Yeah. In this business, we do it for the people. I mean,
that's right.
We are creative and we just gotta do it for the people, man.
That's right.
And that's what I love.
Dope. All right. Well, thank you once again, DJ Izze. Make sure y'all follow DJ Izze. Follow me at DJ Live 408. And this is the Teal Grid. I'm trying to get this damn outro song going. All right, here we go. All right. So thank you guys for listening. Once again, this was DJ Izze and DJ Live for the Teal Grid. And we will talk to you guys on the next one.
Yes, sir.